All right. So are we ready to begin? All right. Oh, oh Lordy. So we're going to start with our breath. We're going to start real simple with our breath. All right. I'm going to shoo. So we're going to come down onto the floor. Just come down onto the floor. We're going to go ahead and lay down, let ourselves fall soft against the floor, nice and long. Okay. Letting the hands fall down next to the side. All right. And then start with our breath. Breathing in and then exhaling out. Breathing in and feel our entire body start to sink into the floor. Letting the mind go quiet, breathing in. And then imagine like a soft blanket falling down and landing against you as you exhale. Let's turn our heads to the other side and continue with that deep breath. Think about the belly button, drawing that breath into the belly button. Inhale, swelling up those rib cage, letting the shoulders soften. And then exhaling. Let's bring it back. Inhale. And then exhale all the way out, just squeezing that air right out of us. Now let's start to swing those arms up ahead, reaching and just kind of rocking side to side, kind of surveying the shoulders, letting the hands rest in front of the shoulders and just kind of rocking back and forth. A breath. Maybe we let the forehead kind of fall onto the floor, maybe rocking side to side on the neck, kind of noticing how it feels. Pulling that breath in nice and deep. Good. Let's start to slide those elbows back just a little bit, just to begin just a little bit. Inhaling, lifting the crown of the head and gently rocking the head side to side. Just a gentle rock. Notice how it feels as we lift the crown of the head and gently rock the spine. Rock the vertebra of my neck, of our necks. Good. Now push the shoulders away and then let them kind of fall in. Little push away from the ears and then fall in. Inhale. Exhale. Rising and falling through our shoulders. Little motion right there. Good. Drawing those elbows up now underneath the shoulders. Starting to loosen out the spine, loosening out the spine. Good. Getting the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Let's take those knees in, pull those knees in. We're going to let one down and then up and then switch and then up. Just kind of pushing into that lower back, loosening up that lower back a little bit, pressing those heels towards the hips. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Every time we pull that muscle in towards our body, do a little exhale. There we go. Couple more times. Let them be intentional. Let's hold those knees in towards our body. Now take the knees out to the side and then in. Out to the side and then in. So it's taking the heels away from our body and then in towards the center. Away and then in towards the center. It's a little bit of an external rotation through the hip is what we're looking at here. Exhale, inhale. Couple more right here. Loosening up those hips. Good. Now, taking our hips, let's shift our hips back, drawing the tummy up, pulling the knees up underneath our spine. Just hold here for a second. Just hold here for a second in our elbows. Let's shift forward and back with those elbows down. We exhale and then inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And as we exhale, start to open those shoulders, start to rotate those shoulders away from the center of the body, just kind of loosening them up, keeping the spine in line with the body, the head in line with the spine. There we go. There we go. Starting to feel our muscles coming to life. Just a gentle focus on how do we feel today. Good. Now we're going to hold with our knees, setting the knees right underneath. So we're going to set those knees right underneath and we're going to reach long and then start to draw the heart down towards the floor. Start to rotate those shoulders out to the external, let the head fall onto the floor and draw the heart down. Draw the heart down, opening up your shoulders. Oh, breath. This is where we relax. We relax. Should be a joy to move into the ranges of motion of our body. Bring it up, walk back, walk back, walk back, press back into the hips, into that child's pose. Shifting back, lengthening through the spine, rounding, dropping the crown of the head towards the floor and stretching out the back of the neck, reaching towards the toes. Maybe we pull the knees together underneath us, making our body into a little bitty ball, little bitty. Inhale, exhale. Rounding out the spine. Maybe we can even tickle our own toes just a little bit. Inhale. Exhale. Think about being childlike. The joy of tickle, the light-heartedness of play, bringing ourselves forward. Let's come to cat-cow. Let's inhale, rounding our spine. And exhale, sinking down, lifting up the crown of our head, lifting up the crown of our head. And then exhale. Switching sides, using the breath, changing the breath as we change the position. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Good. Holding here, holding here. Let's take the tailbone. We're going to take the hip to the shoulder. Let's wag the hip to shoulder, okay? Hip to shoulder, and then the other side. So it's a neutral spine, nice, straight, neutral spine, wagging that tail. Shoulder to hip, nice straight arms. Keep the arms aligned, right in line with the shoulders. This is an area that is always quite tight for me. And so it feels, this is a nice feeling, okay? We press into it so it feels good, but we're not hurting ourselves. We're just warming up those muscles. Very nice. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we'll shift back to that child's pose and we're going to come forward to a knee plank. Come forward to that knee plank, tucking the tailbone under. So here, tuck that tailbone under and sink down into the shoulders. All right. Now we press back, child's pose. Inhale. And then exhale, press ourselves forward, lifting up the tummy, shutting the shoulders down and lengthening the head. Pressing back. Inhale. Exhale forward. Squeeze the tush. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the tush, lift the tummy, sink in the shoulders. Feel our body, feel the muscles. How many muscles can we find as we roll forward? Inhale, as we exhale forward. Inhale back. Allowing the shoulders, do we feel it in our shoulder joints, moving through those joints? Let's hold here for just a moment, just breathe, lengthening through. So this is what yoga is about, those isometric contractions. So here, let's draw the belly in, sink the shoulders down, lengthen through the spine. Breathe, focus on the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's tuck those toes. We're going to shift our weight back to down dog. Shift our weight back down to down dog, sinking into the shoulders. Let's take little steps in our legs. We're warming up our calves, pedaling through our heels, pushing down into those heels, feeling the muscles start to release in the calves, shifting weight and weight, weight and weight. So notice any tightness and then gently push against the tightness, gently push against the tightness. Know that it takes a long time for change, and we have to be very patient as we're asking our body to go through these changes. Little tiny pushes. Push, push, push. Good. All right, now we're going to walk back, walk back, walk back, walk back, and let's hold right here, wherever we're at. We can bend our knees if we need to. We're going to lift the shoulders and flatten out the back. Okay, we're going to come up, lifting from the tush, and down. Inhale, exhale. Noticing how the back of the legs feel, making sure our ankles are in a line. Let the ankles be in alignment with the hips, ankles and hips in alignment. Try to get the feet forward, straight facing, forward facing. So if our foot is out to the side, try to get it straightened out and just leaning into those muscles, lifting and lowering. And when we're ready, we can hold whatever point our body says that it's okay. We would prefer to stop, stay there, leaning forward and releasing, holding here. This is our breath. Inhale, exhale. Calm, steady breath. Inhale. We have one more. We have one more. Calm, steady breath. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now drop the head towards the floor and roll through the spine. Roll through the spine, reaching our hands towards the floor, all the way up. And now we're going to bring those shoulders. Let's bring those shoulders up and over, and then down and forward. Rounding through the spine. Out and around. This is really great for our range of motion in our shoulders. Last one, last one. Good. Shake that out, shake it out, shake it out. All right. We're going to work on, I know a lot of us have lower back pain. Lower back pain, we think it's corrected through stretching. It's not corrected through stretching, it's corrected through strength, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to use some strength motion to hold and grow our lower back strength, okay? So notice the neutral spine, the tummy's engaged, drawn up, the head is in line with the spine, the knees are parallel underneath us, okay? Take one leg back, we're going to lift and lower, flexing that heel. I know these are just the most terrible little motions, right? So what we do here, the back has a tendency to draw down. We're going to lift through the tummy. So thinking about lifting through the tummy and then raising the heel. Two pieces, two pieces. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Good. Keep that tummy drawn up as we lift the leg. Good. Now hold here, point the toe, and make a little circle. Little circle. Breathe with the little circle. Good. Change direction. Keep the headline strong and long. Good. Now let that leg down, press back. Now we got the muscle a little bit warmed up, so now we're going to go into some of the isometric holds that are so classic in a yoga. All right, we're going to go ahead and come forward. We're going to take our opposite hand, palm towards the body, lift, and notice that the shoulders don't lift. The shoulders stay square to the floor. Start with this, all right? We look down at the floor, keep our head in line with our spine, square the shoulders and reach with the arm. Breathe. This should be a little challenging. If it's not a little challenging, we probably need to adjust our posture. Try to adjust the posture till you feel it. The head right in line with the spine, arm reaching out. Let that down, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Go ahead and shake through the spine. We're gonna hold the leg, okay? Draw the tummy up, lift the leg. Heel pointed towards the ceiling, toe pointed towards the floor. The hip is not lifted, the hip is square. So square the hips to the floor. Breathe. All right, stabilize, stabilize. The hands are underneath the shoulders, in alignment underneath the shoulders. The opposite knee, make sure that the opposite knee doesn't move, okay? Let it down, child's pose, all right? Now we're going to go ahead and layer. I really like to layer. So we're going to layer, we're going to put those two together. If you're not comfortable, if you can't maintain good form or you're not comfortable, go to just one or the other. All right, we're going to bring it forward. We're going to take the palm towards our head. We're going to reach arm and leg. Now we're going to hold. This is our hold. We inhale and exhale. Inhale and out. One more calm, steady breath. Let it down and press it back. There we go. Shaking it out, loosening it out. Breathe. Good.
Can I,
Same thing.
if
Yes, ma'am.
if that hurts my wrist, can I put my wrist in like a fist?
Yes.
Because that,
Yes.
okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
You can modify like this. Yep. Very good question. All right. So opposite leg, we're going to start with flexing that heel. All right. So we can modify the wrists and put on a fist if we want to. We're going to exhale, inhale. So we're only lifting to the height of our hip. Okay. So draw the belly in, lift through the hip. Now you can see here, I have some weakness in the area. My back wants to arch when I lift my leg. So I have to actively pull through the hip and lift. This is not an easy thing for me to do, okay? So this is why we work on it. We start to recognize the muscles that we have and the muscles that we don't have so that we can learn how to grow them. Exhale, inhale. Good. Now we hold here, hold here. Just breathe. Hips square to the floor. Reset the center of our body. Point the toe. Let's make a little circle. Breathe. We should feel that muscle activating, that muscle right there at the bottom of our hip, right below the tush, the glute muscle. Try not to sink into the shoulders. Try to keep the belly pulled up. Good. Change direction, change direction. There we go. Press that down and child's pose. Press back into those hips. No big deal, right? No big deal. We're going to come forward with the other side. Let's come forward with the other side. Square the shoulders to the center, palm towards the body, reach out. Stabilize right here. Breathe. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Press it down. Shake it out, shake it out. Let everything become soft, everything become loose. Okay, we know where we're going now. We have 3 slow breaths with one arm and one leg, opposite sides lifted. Are we ready? Set the intention, okay? Set the intention. Take a deep breath, inhale. Let the leg and the arm move out. And then with an exhale, we lift. And now we hold 3 deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. One more, 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Let it down. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Rock through the spine, okay? Good. Now we're going to try a little stretch, okay? So this is a little bit of an interesting stretch. It's going to stretch muscles that we just strengthened, which is what we want, okay? We're going to go ahead and take our leg up. So this is my opposite. So here, this is my right side leg. Okay, we're going to take the right side leg up. Good. All right, we're going to take the opposite hand. We're going to reach over and grab that ankle, and then we're going to lift and stretch through our spine. Lift and stretch. Breathe. Breathe. Opposite hand to opposite ankle. Pressing up through the hip, opening up. Letting it down and releasing it out. Good. How do we do with that one? Was that okay? All right. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, we're going to go to the opposite side. Opposite side. So we're going to lift up the leg, point the toe, take the opposite hand to the ankle, all right? Now we're going to press up, stabilizing through the core, reaching up, 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 pushing with that leg high, inhaling, exhale. One more breath, letting it down, and letting it out, letting it out. How do we feel about that? Okay? Okay. All right, now we're gonna stay in that same area, couple more different ways, okay? We're gonna take the mat, fold the mat, because we're gonna be on our knees. I want a little more padding underneath the knees, okay? Padding underneath the knees. We're gonna take our hands onto the sacrum, okay? That's the bony part right here above right above the booty. All right, we're gonna start by pushing back and then lifting up. So this is the baby back bend right here, and knee base, or they call this camel. Okay, elbows pulled back. Hold here for just a moment. Inhale, lifting up that heart towards the ceiling. Pulling the shoulders, pulling those elbows right in line with the shoulders. Pushing those hips forward. Good. Now, don't go into a child's pose. Sometimes our body wants to go into a child's pose. We don't want to go ahead and go straight into a shake it out, side to side right here, side to side. Now, if we're feeling pretty good about that, we're going to have the opportunity to go a little bit deeper there, okay? What we're going to do, we're going to lean back. I'm going to want us a little bit of strength here to begin with. We're going to lean back just a little. Then we're going to lean forward just a little, okay? Let's reach our hands out and then back. Just a little, getting used to engaging those hamstrings and the glutes, shifting. Inhaling, exhaling. Good, there we go, one more. Very nice. Now, if we're comfortable with that stretch, we can either stay here, or what I would do, we can come down here, we hold our ankles, lean up, and then we're gonna push those hips forward. Push those hips forward. Good. Now, a modification here, we can tuck our toes, leaning forward, arching that heart up towards the sky, opening the shoulders. Breathing, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. And let it out, all the way down, all the way out. Now, don't go directly into child's pose. Let's shake back and forth here. Shake back and forth a couple times through the hips. Take a second, kind of lean forward, rocking through the spine. Feel a little tension in the spine, right? So kind of rock back and forth, and then we can go ahead and lean down and back and come into child's pose. There we go, rocking back and forth. Very good, very good. Okay, now let's go ahead and start warming up our legs just a little bit. Let's make sure we get some motion in our legs. Let's tuck our toes, come into down dog. Come into down dog. There we go. Now, from here, we're going to go ahead and walk forward a couple times. Make sure those arms are far enough ahead of us. And we're going to go ahead and come into plank and then press into down dog. Just a couple times. We can be on our toes if we need to, or we can stay right here on our knees or toes, Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Good. Now here, come onto our knees, and we're gonna chaturanga. So on chaturanga, elbows are close, okay? Now, if we need a modification, pull those knees in closer and bend those elbows down right next to the body and up. Otherwise, we're here, we come down, all the way down, and then we press up, up dog. Shifting back, let's try this a couple times. Child's pose, plank, chaturanga. Up dog. Child's pose. Plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Child's pose. One more time through. Plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Hold here, hold here, hold here, hold here. Lengthen, pushing away the ears, pushing away the shoulders from the ears. Let's rotate towards the right. Rotate towards the right. Ooh, nice twist in the spine. And towards the left. Ay, 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 ay. Feels good, even though it feels, a little bit uncomfortable. Switch again. Twisting through the spine. Nice straight arms aligned underneath the shoulders. Good. Let's press back, child's pose. Child's pose right here. Child's pose, rocking it back and forth. Good. Come up to down dog, tucking the toes, down dog. We're going to look between our hands and we're going to step forward between our hands with our right leg. Step forward. Good. Now we're going to go down, keep that heel high, pressing down, pressing up. So keep the ankle in alignment with the knee, ankle in alignment with the knee, down and up. Exhale, inhale. Good. Couple more times. Very nice. Hands on the inside of our legs, tipping that forward knee to the outside. All right. So tipping that knee onto the outside just a little. We can have that knee down in the back if it feels better. That's an acceptable modification. Breathe. If we feel good here, we can even come down to our elbows. All right. Lifting that back knee if it feels good. All right. Bringing that chest up, knee in. Now we're going to step in with that back leg, dropping the hips, chest is lifted, come to chair pose, reaching out with our arms. And release, shake it out. Release, shake it out. Good. That's not too bad, huh? Not too bad at all. Let's go into the other side. We're going to go ahead and walk down and out to down dog, out to down dog. All right. Staying here to begin with. Now, let's look between our leg or between our hands and step forward with our left leg this time. So our opposite left leg, okay? Align the ankle and the knee. Align the ankle and the knee, push down so that when the knee and the ankle are in alignment, lift up that back heel and now push and drop. Exhale, inhale. Good. Couple times here, loosening up through the hamstring, loosening up through the hip. Hands on the inside, and now rotate that knee out to the side and come onto the blade of that forward foot. Opening up through the hip. Chest is lifted, both hands are on the inside of the leg. Feel free to drop the back leg if that feels good, or we can come down to our elbows if we're comfortable. Chest is lifted, leg is rotated out. Steady breath. Hands up, knee in, step forward with our back leg, heels together, feet together, chest is lifted, push the knees back, chest is lifted. Here, prayer hands, okay? We're just gonna have prayer hands. We're gonna take our left elbow onto the outside of the right knee. We're gonna rotate through the center, stacking the shoulders. Come to the other side. Rotating, stacking the shoulders to the center, and then pressing up. Deep breath, inhale, all the way up, inhale. And exhale, sweeping forward. All the way down, rotating around through the spine. Shake it out, very good. All right, now we're gonna stretch through the inner thighs a little bit, okay? We're gonna go ahead and take it wide. Take it nice and wide. We're gonna go right side, center, left side, center. Now try to keep the shoulders over the hips. Shoulders over the hips as we're just shifting, creating a little opening through our hips. Keeping the knees on the inside of the ankles. Very simple, right? Feels good? All right, let's start to make it a little deeper. Come down. Open. Now here, the shoulders should be parallel to the front. Step that leg out a little bit more. Oh, there we go. Start to feel opening in the hips. Right there, breathe. Now press up. Let's go into the other side. So notice this heel moves, okay? That right foot tilts in, opening the hip, settling down. Just play with it for a little bit. Play with it for a little bit, kind of rocking into the hips, noticing how they're feeling, squaring the shoulders to the front of the room, squaring the hips to the front of the room, and opening the knee. Breathe. Good. Try to keep the shoulders centered over the hips. Good. Now, both feet out to the side. Let's go side and side. Side and side. Good. Start to sink down a little bit deeper. Maybe we don't come up in the center. Down and down. Keep the shoulders rolled back. Good. Adding in a bit of strength with that mobility and flexibility. Good. Hold to that right side. We're going to come forward, reaching down. All right, let's see how that feels. Come on up, take it to the other side. Reaching down, reach. Good, deep stretch here. Starting to get into those deeper stretches, pushing into the muscles, all the way up. Coming down, reach. Maybe we take that opposite hand, reach to the, ooh, there we go. Starting to feel it, right? Pressing into those muscles. Bringing it up to the other side, bring it down, reach towards the floor, and then reach towards that opposite leg. Palm towards the floor, shifting through that inner thigh. Good. Let's come and let's just kind of create that motion again, create that motion again. Get the shoulders up over the hips again. Good. Very nice. All right, now we've loosened up those legs a little bit. Let's come down to the floor. And we're going to have just a little bit. I'm going to take you today into cow pose. All right. Now, cow pose, I'm going to come up so we can see very well. Cow pose is a fairly intense stretch in our hips. If you're familiar with it, it's really wonderful for us. If it's a little tight, go gentle. Okay. We can put a pillow underneath our hips if we need to. We're going to take that right leg and we're going to go ahead and cross that right leg right underneath us. Okay. See the right leg crossed underneath us? Now we're going to take the left leg and we're going to go ahead and start here. Okay, start here. Take a deep breath. If this feels good, if we're comfortable in this position, we're comfortable going to the next position. We're going to take that left leg. We're going to start to pull that left leg. We're going to go ahead and shake, 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 shake. We're going to align these knees and start to create symmetry. Okay, so what we're looking for is we're looking for symmetry between the knees. Let's see, go ahead and do a little more stacking here. We're going to start to feel the pull here in our hips, creating the feet symmetrical distance, the knees stacked, or what we're looking for, the key components of this position, shoulders aligned over hips. We can take a pillow underneath our hips to lift our hips a little bit if we need to, or we don't have to come quite so tight. Here we breathe. Steady breath, lift up the chest. So try not to hinge forward, lift up the chest, keeping the back tall and straight and proud. Breathe. One more breath. Good, we're gonna take our right hand, we're gonna lift up our right hand and reach over, keeping the shoulders in parallel as we lean to the left. Ooh, what a stretch, huh? Breathe. Steady, even rhythm of breath. And all the way up to the other side, switching over, dropping that elbow down, lifting the shoulder. So it's not so much a dropping of the chest, it's a lifting of the chest and a reaching through the side of our body. Lifting up and reaching. And then dropping, thinking about creating length. And to the center. Now, if we care to come forward, we can come forward a little bit, increasing, intensifying the stretch even. And bringing it back up, shaking it out. Let's try the other side. Let's see how we feel on the other side. Letting that out. Ooh, hold here for just a second. Let's loosen those legs out. Just kind of rock them side to side just a little. Just a little, just a little, right? All right, now we're going to take that left leg in and kind of over to the side. All right, we're going to take that right leg across. That's going to start us out here. So it's just a little comfortable cross just to begin with. Chest is lifted. All right, start to get those sit bones pushed down onto the floor. Kind of notice how everything feels right here. All right, now if this feels okay, we're ready to go to the next level. We can take the right leg and start to pull, and then just kind of shift our body, shift those hips until the legs start to settle in, the knees start to align those knees. Good, right there inside. Start to look for symmetry, okay? So look at our feet. Are they symmetrically located underneath? Ow. Okay, now we breathe. Notice here, I can't get to the center location on this side. You know, that's okay. That's absolutely okay. We have the moment we're growing into, always growing into, all right? Align the shoulders over the hips. Know where our body is and honor that. Breathe. Steady breath, steady breath. Good. Now we're going to take that left hand. We're going to keep the shoulders parallel, and we're going to go ahead and reach up and over, drawing down and up. So we're down with this elbow and up with the shoulder, lengthening through that side. We can take a look up towards the sky. And down. Let's try that other side. Chest is lifted, reaching up and over. And down. And now if we'd like to come forward, we can come forward. Just a little hinge forward. Ha. Feel, what a sensation, right? Inhale. Exhale. Letting that out. Letting those legs out and out. Okay, now go ahead and just rock the hips, rock the legs, rock the legs. There we go. Now, it's right about one, but I want to give us a little bit of mobility. One of the things I want us to do is sit up real tall right here, put one leg out nice and straight, and then what I want us to do is push both hip bones down, and you'll rotate that knee in towards the center of the body, and then up. Exhale, rotate in. So here, our hips, let's try to keep our hips on the floor as we rotate through the range of motion. This is very, very tight for me. Each one of us has different places we're tight. For me, this is high level uncomfortable right here. Good. Exhale as we press into it. Ooh. Yes. Do we move away from the challenges? We do not move away from the challenges. There's no way to get better if we move away from the challenges. It's the things that are hurting that we have to go towards. All right, come to the other side. Let that leg go nice and straight. Bend the knee, and let's rotate in and then up. Exhale. Inhale. This is our internal hip rotation. Internal hip rotation is what we're moving through right here. If you ask a child to do this, they will laugh because they feel nothing. As we get a little older, not so much. Body starts to speak. All right, we're going to go ahead and flip those legs around, bring them together, and we will finish in staff pose. So in staff pose, we flex our feet, we sit up nice and tall. Let's go ahead and lean forward, drawing down with the elbows, lengthening through the spine. Rocking back and forth just a little before we get into that full expression, just a little gentle rock back and forth, and then laying down, reaching our shoulders towards our feet and pressing through the hips, dropping the crown of the head down, breathing and releasing and releasing. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our hands out to the side. We're going to inhale, lift. Exhale, palms down, sweeping down towards the floor. Inhale, lift. Oh, try to smile here. Let ourselves find a soft smile on our lips. It's amazing how the joy that we manifest in our physical self comes through our spiritual self. Inhale. bringing the palms together, allowing the pinky finger and the thumb to connect, forming a little cup, and fill that cup up with joy, happiness, love, and guide it all the way down onto our mind. Release those love and kindness and happiness into our mind, and then all the way down into our hearts. And know that we are valued. We have so much to give, all the way out into the world. Namaste. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Virginia.